So, do you have any reminiscences about where your where you picked up the school bus, waited for it? I'm going to share my screen actually because I have our neighborhood up. Um,
Okay.
and let's see if I can.
Okay.
Are you seeing our neighborhood?
Yes. Yeah. So what I remember from like elementary school
Yeah.
is waiting somewhere like on Brisbane, either at the corner of Deer Lane or Promenade. I think that's where I kind of remember. And part
Yeah.
of what I remember is we got off the bus one day, the three of us, and we said, "Oh, it smells so terrible." And we get home, it was our septic tank that was being pumped out,
Yeah, I
smelling up the
remember
road.
that. And I think we got dropped off over this. I remember walking south on Green Bank and coming around here and and then realizing the smell.
Huh.
Um,
I remember coming on Brisbane and whatever.
really?
So yeah,
Okay.
I wonder if we were but we could have been in different schools. It could have been coming from.
But
So
I
I
definitely remember that day. And then, um, did you get conscripted into digging up the weeping tiles? Because I remember digging those trenches to put in new tiles.
no, I think I don't think I got what's the word, subscripted, prescripted, something.
Conscripted.
Conscripted. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's see how far.
So I remember in high school
Okay.
meeting uh, for Maryville. We met on Greenside near the end of Deer Lane, and I remember it being so cold,
Okay.
stand with the wind blowing and mini skirts.
Oh,
And yeah, well, the other thing is in seventh and eighth grade and stuff, I was happily riding my bicycle around, but the older girls told me that it was not cool to ride your bicycle anymore in high school, pass it on. So there, I should not ride
well,
my bicycle anymore because I was now in high school. Isn't that interesting?
I think I would have rebelled,
Yeah.
enjoyed. I remember one year, and Jim, I haven't given you an opportunity to speak. Sorry. I just remember being up here at Green Bank, Greenside, and McFarland, and this McDonald guy. You worked for him, or you did a job for him, or something. He owned the horse up here, and I remember waiting for the bus, and we would pet the horse, and then that thing got into its feed bag, ate all of its feed, all of it, all at once, and we learned later that he died because he bloated and
Oh,
yeah, it was rather sad.
oh,
Yeah, but all um, that was all field here.
yeah. So, not to diverge from the school bus, but do you recall, like when it was still a field, did you ever go on that trestle, like trestle across the Rideau River? And I was thinking, like, oh my God, that's a serious train
Yeah,
train
right
job.
here.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
and
walked across that.
yeah,
Yeah.
multiple times. And I
Oh
think it
yeah.
was Egbert or
Yep.
something threw rocks on a boat, like, and got chased
Yeah.
which sounds like right. And I also remember when Lynn Stannard, we went across there and there was some like little river or something. It was, and she said, "Oh, it's so pretty. You know, it's like a little waterfall and the sunlight and everything." And you know, it was. And then later went back and you know, those buildings had been built and ruined the little waterfall. So you
Oh,
know,
I thought you
yeah,
found out that there was a septic overflow or something.
you know, it was beautiful. But yeah,
I
it's
I remember um they're not showing here. Oh, I'm lost. Where are we? Oh, there. Um the the oil storage, these
oh,
tanks.
oh yeah.
Um I don't know who I was with, but I climbed up on top of one of those.
Ooh, huh.
We
That's
crossed over, climbed up like there was no one around, and we just climbed up the stairs, looked around, and said, "Oh, okay," and then we came back down, went home. But yeah, boy,
that's
what a
surprising they had didn't have a fence around it. But which reminds me of Rennie's,
yeah,
right?
right,
Because that where was Rennie's at the end of
right there,
Slack Road? Yeah, it
right
doesn't even
there.
look like it's there anymore.
No, no,
Huh. But and we'd cross the go where there was a cut across, like we have must have crossed the railroad tracks, right?
yeah,
Because we made
yeah, right
a
there,
cut across the field and across the railroad tracks.
yeah,
Because I mean I never went to the end of McFarland and turned right. We had a shortcut.
yeah.
Um,
So we should give Jim an opportunity. Sorry, Jim.
Well, that's okay.
Back to school busing.
Yeah. Well, I remember going down to Blazer and Prince of Wales Highway,
Oh,
catch the
oh, I
bus.
would never have. Okay, and the pool was just here. That's not the same pool though.
ah, I
Hmm.
remember being dropped off there.
I remember waiting there,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was
and
one place I waited. And then if you want to go north for a while,
okay,
sorry,
south,
uh,
East.
west.
west. Okay, sorry. So promenade. So
So
Blazer
you
up
go to
promenade.
Mayo, the end of Mayo,
Oh, okay, right there.
other end.
Okay. Oh, way over by the park.
Oh,
No, beyond that.
Oh, over here.
I remember now I can't remember for sure it was at Mayo and Promenade or Pine
Or
Glen
Pine.
Crescent or whether it was a block to the north.
I've waited here.
Yeah. So I
That's
have
where a garb
some,
that's where a garbage truck backed over my black ugly lunch bucket.
yeah,
where are you pointing, Carl? Like over
Right
there?
here at Briggs and Pine Glen,
Oh,
Mayo. You turn north, and for
yeah.
some reason we were waiting for a bus there.
yeah.
Oh, huh. I wonder.
So
Huh. I don't remember going that far. I remember often. Do you remember it on Brisbane at all, or was am I just?
Yeah, that would have been in high school. This
Oh,
this I remember this being for public school,
yeah,
and mom had to bring over my lunch. I was pretty
yeah.
upset.
huh.
Well, there's
Oh,
one other thing, and for me, and that was high school. Uh, I caught a bus,
okay.
and I think it dropped us off at Mayo and Tennyson.
Oh, okay, right here then.
And I had finally grown totally fed up of being picked on with the neighborhood bully.
Yeah.
And so the whole way home, I was utterly focused on nailing that turkey as soon as we got off the bus.
Okay.
And I did.
Aha.
I put him flat on the ground
Oh boy.
and headed off home.
Yeah.
It was amazing how the attitude in class the next day had gone way up.
Oh, okay.
And the little twat wasn't bothering me anymore. And flash forward a few decades,
Yeah.
and we were in Jonathan's public school,
Yeah.
two different locations. And Jonathan, two different schools, and Jonathan was being tormented by bullies.
Yeah.
And so in both cases, I was talking with the high school principal or public school principal. And so I said to him, you know, I really have tried to teach my kids police are your friends, people in authority are there to keep you safe.
Yeah.
Why aren't you doing anything?
Mm-hmm.
And they were busy, studying the floor between their feet, kind of going humana humana. And I said, when I was a child and I was being tormented, I just plastered the guy to the floor one day.
Mm-hmm.
That was the end of the incident. Is that what you want me to teach my child?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not going to see this continue.
Mm-hmm.
I will either teach him to defend himself, even if it means strangling the other guy until somebody pulls him off, or you're going to do your job. Which is it going to be?
Yeah.
And none of them were willing to admit that it was their job.
Okay.
And I'll tell you, I was never so happy when Jonathan got into high school and suddenly the atmosphere is much more respectful. But while we're on the subject of Maryville Public,
Yeah.
does anybody remember exactly where they were when Kennedy was shot?
Yeah, in the playground at recess. I mean, I think that I
Yeah.
know.
And it was a dark, cloudy day. I
Yeah,
remember coming home.
we were
Yeah.
sent home early, and that was that.
Yeah. That was something. And um kind of around the same time or sometime that winter, there was freezing rain. I'm going to start sharing the screen again. Oh, no, no. How do I share? Oh, over here. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Um, we we were over here at Maryville Public, and we got the bus, and it only let us off either at McFarland or Pine Glen. I think it was Pine Glen. No, Brookdale. I remember we walked. One one person had his skates, and he skated home because it was so much freezing rain. You could skate, but I remember walking from here all the way home, coming home from school. But yeah, I remember when Kennedy was shot for sure.
What,
Yeah.
was that
Yep.
the same day? Is that what you're talking? That same day they were
No,
locked? No,
November
it's just Tuesday.
22nd was when he was shot, but
Yeah,
there wouldn't have been freezing rain that day, but it was a dark, dark day.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I
I,
remember we were just sent home early, and
yeah,
I just had to walk home.
from
What are you doing
school.
there?
Oh,
Yeah, the president was shot. We were sent home.
Yeah, I remember that coverage. I have two things to remember about waiting at the Clearview pool.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Hmm.
um, that was, remember how they tell you not to touch your tongue to metal in the freezing cold?
Uh-oh.
And
Oh,
we, John Erdman and I were waiting for the bus in the morning down here, and it was so cold we went into a telephone booth, and I was squished in with John Erdman, and I went stuck, and with just like that, I went, "Ah," and John says, "Oh, isn't it good that the bus isn't coming?" Yeah, that's funny. And then the bus came, and I had to make a choice, and I just ripped my tongue off. I'm sure I left half my tongue surface on that.
oh,
It was,
oh,
that
yeah,
hurt for the next 2 or 3 days. And
Well,
right here, there was a guy who lived in this house, and there was a shortcut across here.
yeah.
Scott Marquis lived here and was friends with Richard, I forget his name, but they bullied me. They wouldn't allow me to go through the shortcut, allowed every one of their other friends, but no, I had to go all the way around. And they bullied me in high school, and I didn't appreciate that. I yeah, I met him later on, got along with him okay, but that really stuck with me, the bullying that I received from these guys. I didn't slug them, I just sucked it in, and I'm sure that's why I got eczema and problems in my gut, just keeping the anger in. But yeah,
Yeah.
I've got
uh,
another interesting story.
yeah.
Um,
There's the
so if you
Wyatt.
can point the Wyatt house out.
Yeah, right there.
Okay. Phil Wyatt,
The sun, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Pull back out a little bit
Okay.
and just kind of skip over McFarland.
Okay.
And one of those office buildings, perhaps just ever so slightly west of there,
Okay.
is where he was building, his company built software
Oh,
that worked with the propagation prediction software we'd bought
no way.
from the Defense Research Establishment in Ottawa.
Oh, okay.
And somehow I'd managed to connect with him when I was visiting, and he said, "Oh, come on over. You got to see what we do."
No
And
way.
he was showing me what he was doing, and I was just going, "Whoa,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah."
Huh.
I remember back when I was a little twerp who came up with the idea, oh, let me put tacks down on the ground. I think I've told you this story. Put tacks down and so that it'll stick in the tires of cars coming east on Promenade and making this turn right here. And I didn't catch any cars, but as I was riding back, guess who was the only one who got a tack in his tires?
Was you?
So it was me. So I had a taste of my own medicine. What a twerp.
Well, that's like Wile E. Coyote or something,
Yeah.
like, yeah, yeah, like, so where, that's where you got the idea from. Uh,
Yeah, or yeah, or maybe there's other people that were like that. Uh, did Sylvia were you up in the attic of the Pools house with Egbert and Nelica when the Pools came to see their new house that was being built?
I sort of vaguely remember being that we were leaping around and they came to like where's
Pools
where's Nelica's house there? I'm having a hard
right
time.
there.
Wait,
Oh,
would
well, let's do this. Let's do this.
because they weren't on the corner.
There we go. How's that?
Wait a minute, that's not
That's
Nelica's.
that's Van Ingen's.
No, they were
Nelica Van.
no
Yeah.
one
That's
over.
not them? Okay,
No.
fine.
The next one over because they were.
Okay, okay, did I overshoot there?
That's
Thank
Nelica.
you.
That's Vennington's.
Okay, because there's the Pools. Okay. Boy, that's as close as I can get you.
Okay. I guess they don't live there anymore.
Go figure.
Yeah. Huh.
There's the Pools. And
Yeah.
when they built that, we were there was a pile of dirt inside of the garage, and we could climb up on the rafters and then go through their attic because it was still under construction. And so I was in there, I'm sure Egbert and myself and 3 or 4 others were up in the attic, and the Pools drive into the driveway. They come through the garage, and we're stuck up in the attic waiting for them to disappear into the house, and then we jumped down and ran away. But
Oh, dear.
I remember looking out of the attic, looking down and seeing Mr. Pool's bald head come out of the house. All these things.
Was he the
Yeah.
one that drove Mercedes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are
Well-
those garage doors single bay garage doors? They look wider here.
Yeah, they must have added, because I don't remember them being double.
I think they're single. I think it's just the perspective of from the like that looks like it's just one car wide.
Okay, maybe, well,
Like at that angle makes it stretched out. Anyway, it sounds like you need to
well,
that's
it's the time. But could we
Yeah.
continue this? Because I was wanting to walk around the neighborhood with you folks.
yeah.
And what memory do you have of this house? And well,
Yeah. Yeah.
and,
Yeah,
and
let's do that.
remember was that Fitzman? No,
Edmonston.
that was that was who bought it, but who was the
Oh.
person before that?
I don't remember.
Heinz, Fitz, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, we'll think about that. And then the Switzers, bless their hearts. This is so fun, guys. I really appreciate you being willing to do this. Let
Yeah.
me stop sharing,
Okay.
and we'll bring this to a close. Love you both. And this is Precious.